thank you for having me on. I'm honored because I'm going to tell you the first few minutes of your morning, guys, that is golden. It's like a precious heirloom, and you have to protect your space in that morning. You have to regulate who gets to speak into your life and your mind and your heart, because I believe how you start your day is just a progression forward in the process of that day. So thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here. I am Chastity Marie, and it is my Thriversary, however you say it, month. I've been thriving for 5 years now. Oh my God, I don't even know, like, where did the time go? But I've been having fun with it. I will tell you guys, I started this journey because I needed to feel better. I have always struggled with just that black cloud that kind of felt like Eeyore a lot of my life. I started life not the way I wanted to start, and so that carried into my adolescence, it carried into my adulthood, and there was a lot of things that I hadn't dealt with. And so, but what it meant for me is that I was very in tune with my body. And so that meant that I was very conscious when I was having an up day, down day, good month, bad month. And so when I started thriving, I was really looking for something to help me with my mood elevation, to help me with energy, because guys, I was eating clean. I was working out. I was doing all of the things, and just really struggling. So for me, it was, what's going on? What's wrong with me? I was climbing the corporate ladder incredibly fast, had a very successful career in corporate IT. And so I was just like, I got to fix me. And so too many days in the bed. I don't know if y'all can relate. Too many down days. And I just said, I can't stay here. So Amber is a friend of mine. We went to high school together, and I hadn't talked to her for 20 years. I think it was just off and on. You know how you get those Facebook friends. And of course, she introduced me to this Thrive, and I'm like, yeah, of course you want to talk to me now so that I can use your product. And I'll just tell you, I mean, y'all are welcome to watch my documentary, but it is, I fell in love with the simplicity of the product. And I told her, I'm not selling your product. Guys, I'm just going to be honest. I was in a great place. I had been spending money on so much other things. To pay for my product was not, I mean, it was, no, I didn't care that you could thrive for free. And I wasn't going to tell my friends about it, because I did not want them to know that I was struggling. I was really good at my highlight reel and making things look like, I'm an encourager. I edify people. I am the strong friend. And so, it wasn't that I wanted to let anybody know that I was struggling. But what I found really, really quickly is that it would be very selfish for me not to give my friends a piece of what I had just experienced. It was incredibly simple. And I knew that my friends were, they needed simplicity in their life. When I tried the product, that very first morning, I'll be honest, I didn't follow directions. I just put on the DFT, and then I called Amber and I just said, hey, this didn't do anything from me. I'm still just laying in bed. And she said, okay, so you took your capsules, then you did your mix. And I said, no, I just went ahead and went to step 3, because, that's just how I roll. And she said, can you please follow directions? And so I said, look, I have a 10K on Saturday. And, if I get a queasy stomach, or if it messes with me, I'm probably going to post it on Facebook, and it's not going to be good for your business. And, I said, you don't want me sharing anything. And she said, just trust me. And so I did. And guys, the rest is history. Our team did 200K in 31 days, and it was a whirlwind. And I want to be honest and transparent with you. Very, very quickly, I realized that my story wasn't encouraging people. It was discouraging people, because I'm going to tell you, it's not common to go 200K in 31 days. But what I will say is I had, and a lot of people, there's a conspiracy theory that Chas, had this incredibly huge team somewhere else. And, she just brought her whole team. And I'll be honest, I had only been in one other previous direct sales company. And I was running about a 4K, 12K side hustle. And I think I only got to about 10K one time in that previous side hustle. But what I was doing is I was building community. I was building relationships. I was a relationship builder. And that was critical in my success because I knew which one of my friends were putting their highlight reel on social media. I knew which one of them would not pay for product and take that extra money out of their budget. I knew who was working out but still struggling. I knew who had too much month at the end of their money. So when I started, I went to that friend. I went to the friends and said, I know you're laying on the couch till 2:30 and you go pick up the kids at 3 and you put a little bit of candles in and you throw some onions in the stove to grill like it smells like you've been cooking all day. And I know your reality and you've got to trust me. And my friends trusted me. They knew that I cared, and I honestly didn't care whether they bought this product or not. I was going to use it. And that's where I was in my confidence. I was not trying to make sure that I thrived for free because I was going to pay for it regardless. I knew if something was simple, I'm sticking with it. I can do simple in my life. I worked fast paced. I was on call 24/7. So I knew that simplicity would lead to consistency and consistency met change. And like I said at the beginning of our Zoom is I knew what I needed. I knew I had been stuck in ruts and funks too many times in life, and I had made that conscious decision that I'm not staying stuck. And that's where you have to find those people. I know that we want to, help everybody and we want to do for everybody. But I'll just be honest, I learned very, very quickly, I can't drag people into change. I can't make people want better for their lives. I can't make them be honest and transparent about where they really are. The beggar and the billionaire have the same amount of time in the day. What will they do with it? The unmotivated and the motivated have the same amount of hours in the day. What do they choose to do with it? And I can tell you, a lot of people say, you don't understand, you don't know what it's like to be in your hole and in your rut. I do. I know that when you're struggling, it's hard to reach up to that hand of help, but you've got to build those relationships and those connections with those people. So I want to just share something with you, if I may, Ashley, something that I want you to take away, because my story is amazing, but ultimately, if you don't do something with the opportunity that you have in your hand, great stories are just great stories. How is that going to change and impact your life? And I will just be honest, it's not about, yes, we've done, I've done in income over $4.5 million in the last 5 years with LaBelle. That means personally deposited into, my checking account. Guys, that's a lot of options, but that doesn't do anything for you if you don't take action. And what I did was I said, I got something in my hand. I'm running with it. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care who laughs at me. I'm telling you, my brother, my family, the people closest to me, like, you're clocking out of corporate America. You're sharing your stuff with strangers. Yes, it would be selfish if I did not help that mama get through her day. It would be selfish if I didn't help that dad not work that second job or pull that second shift. It would be selfish of me if I didn't help a mama get the laundry done. It would be selfish. And so when you feel like you have greatness, you share it and you expose people. So what I want to tell you, and I love Mondays. Mondays mean opportunity. It means greatness. It means, what are you going to do with this week at hand? And I understand that, you know, life hands us things that we are beyond our control, but it is within our control how we will respond to everything that comes with us. And so that's why I say you got to start your morning high vibe, high routine. I love my space, my bedroom. You know, my capsules, I've already had my capsules. If you can't tell, I'm already juiced up, jacked up. I have not had my lifestyle mix because this, I'll be honest, when Ashley said, will you do this? She said 7:30. And so all weekend, and in my planner, I actually even put 7:30 p.m. Because I'm going to tell you, I love this rewirement, and I've got my morning routine. So I didn't get dressed up for you guys. This is my quiet time. It's just my tranquil space. And then yesterday she sends me the flyer and it said morning motivation. And I said, wait, what? This is morning time? And she's like, yeah, AM. And I'm like, oh, okay. So anyway, but it's already good. What I want to leave you guys with is protect your peace, P-E-A-C-E. And your P is your personal space. Your personal space is this mind. It's this body. It is, you know, what you're thinking. I will encourage you. I don't know how many of you use your phone for your alarm clock. Go to the Dollar General and get you an alarm clock that you can use for an alarm clock. Because if you use your phone for an alarm clock, what's going to happen? You're going to get that phone and you're probably going to have a message. You're probably going to have a notification, and you're going to go to that notification. You're going to go to that message. You're going to go, it's going to happen, and it's going to suck you in like a bad habit. And you're going to start scrolling Facebook. You're going to go to something, and then you're going to see something, and it may not be a positive motivational something. It's going to be something in the news or something that, you know, gets you in your feels, that take you down. Don't allow something else to determine how you start your day. I've got my capsules on my nightstand. I've got my daily devotion. I have my Bible on my nightstand. I grab that like I grab my morning oxygen. I want to control how I start my day because I know inevitably I may not be able to control how it ends, you know? And that's the cool thing about life. We may have got started in a certain way in life, and we can't control how we came into the world and how we started. But I'm going to tell you, friends, you can control how it ends. You have the pen in your hand. You get to decide what your story looks like. So protecting your peace, the P is your personal space, E is your environment. I want to tell you, when you open up your eyes, what do you see? The first thing that I see on my wall is be brave. 365 days, 365 chances. I see my Bible. I see my capsules. I see the things. Now you may say, okay, Chas, that's great. You know, and I get it. I have an incredible cleaning team. I have an incredible personal assistant that helps me right now. But if you got junk and clutter on your nightstand that you see, you're opening your mind to clutter. Get it out. I don't care. Hide it in your closet until you can get an assistant to help you get organized. Get it out of your space. If your hubby leaves his underwear, tell him to leave his underwear where you can't see them. You don't want to wake up to dirty laundry every single morning. If that treadmill is in your room and it's got clutter on it, get it out of there. When you open your eyes, and if you say, Chas, I can't afford nice signs and beautiful things, get you a sticky note. Get you a sticky note, put it in your face, that when you wake up in the morning, you see sticky notes that say, don't give up, great things take time. Stop saying I wish, start saying I will. Progress is made one step at a time. Busy is a choice, stress is a choice, joy is a choice, choose wisely. Get you sticky notes, get you things. I mean, I'm telling you, I have friends that come over and they're like, how the heck do you brush your teeth? Because I've got affirmations, I've got things telling me I'm beautiful. I'm like, hey, I know how to brush my teeth. It's a habit. You know, we do bad habits all the time. You know, I don't care. Get you 2 tubes of toothpaste. Put bad day, good day. Decide right then and there. Am I going to have a good day? Am I going to have a bad day? Get it in front of you. And I know that sounds corny and crazy, but I'm going to tell you, you have a choice. You get to choose certain things in your life. Some things, I get it, are inevitable, but you get to choose some things. So decide that you're not going to wake up and open your eyes to clutter. and I, put it in the closet, decide I'm going to organize one little thing at a time. Your environment. So protect your peace, personal environment, attitude. Your attitude dictates your altitude. I open my eyes in the morning. I did for an entire year. I'm in my office, but I just to start a practice is my gratitude journal. And now I don't have to have that physically written down, but I do journal in the morning. So my gratitude is just open my eyes in the morning and what am I grateful for? Now I'll be honest, and I'm watching my time, Ashley, so you don't have to worry. I'll be honest that, do y'all usually do 30 minutes or 15 minutes? Because if not, I'm on my, is it 30 minutes?
Maybe 30. Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. So I'm good. I hope y'all are taking notes. So I open my eyes and I'm like, I'm grateful for, and it may be just clean sheets, guys. It may just be, I slept well, I rested well. I'll tell you right now, I am grateful for, I close this. I don't usually do that because I don't ever not let the sun shine in on my face. I love me some sunshine. But I'm like, I am grateful that the sun is shining. And, I always say, what could make today great? Now, here is a key component to that gratitude. I don't like gray skies. I don't like the rain. I know rain is great for watering and growth. I know that, and I'm not naive to that, but I know my mind. And I know that when it's gray and cloudy and gloomy, I have a tendency to get in that gray and cloudy. So it's my responsibility to bring the sunshine. So, but I can't say, what would make today great? Well, it's been raining in Texas and it's been cold in Texas for, 20 days. It would be, my day would be great if the sun would shine. I don't control that. So what I have to say is, if I am trying to control whether it's going to be sunny or cloudy, I'm setting myself up for failure. What's within my control? My control is, how many people am I going to reach out to today? How many times am I going to share a story from the fan page? How many people, strangers, am I going to put my phone up and look up and make eye contact with? How many people am I going to expose an experience to? That's the things that would make today great. And those are the things that are within my control. Guys, I love the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I love things like I'm saying, the gratitude journal that help me stay on track. But talking to people, sharing the experiences, sharing stories from the fan page, it just comes natural to me because I've created a habit. I don't have to think about, how do I tie my shoes this morning? How do I brush my teeth? How do I get the kids ready for school? How do I cook breakfast? It's a habit. So you determine, get you things in place. Maybe it's the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know, Ashley, if y'all use that, or if you have a list of things that you do every single day. Create those habits that are just systems that you come and process with. So when I wake up in the morning, I don't have to physically have my gratitude journal to know I've got to be grateful for at least 3 things. And then when I go to bed, I do that same process. What made today great? Now, I can't control whether, my children acted great or my fiance acted great, or if something beyond my control. What did Chastity do today that made today great? So protect your peace, your personal environment, your attitude, your community, and your space. And I'll just tell you, the C is for community, and you guys are on the right track. You're starting your morning with this. You're investing. This is a choice. And some of you may be driving to work. Some of you may be getting ready and you're listening to me this morning. You're deciding who gets to speak into your life and what your community consists of. I'm going to tell you that if your community is constantly people that are not ready for change, they're going to have that crawfish effect, which means, if you put crawfish, and I just came from Louisiana, so this is the analogy. I can't take the credit. My Louisiana friends told me this. You put the crawfish in the bowl. If a crawfish tries to climb out, that other crawfish is going to immediately try to pull them down and pull them back into the pot. That's the crawfish analogy. Your friends that are not in that space of high energy, ready for change, it's not saying everything is perfect, but it's saying some things need to change in my life. And I'm going to tell you, if your life is not always changing, always evolving, guys, you're not growing. You know, if you're the smartest person in your room, get out of that room really, really fast. And I'll tell you, I hang out with my mentors every single day. It is people, mentors and friends that don't have a clue who I am. And it's mentors and friends that my mentors have become my friends. So, you know, who are your mentors? You know, it may be Rachel Hollis and you're going, I don't know her personally. Who cares? She can still speak into your life every morning. She can still hang out with you in the car every single morning. I used to say Joyce Myers was one of my greatest mentors, and sometimes I wanted to kick her out of the car because she was speaking too much truth, you know, into my life and telling me, sister, correct your attitude. But when you're driving, you know, what is your community? And that is, you know, virtual mentors or physical mentors who are speaking into your life. So protect your peace. The E stands for education. Every single day, you got to learn something. You've got to be growing. You've got to be growing your mind. Are you learning something every single day? This business model is simple, but I'm going to tell you it's not easy. And leaders, I'm just sorry. I'm just going to say that it's not easy because you're dealing with people, and people are not easy. It's not easy to get someone to admit that they told you the mini experience really didn't work for them, but the translation to that is, Ashley, I don't have any extra money in my budget, and I really don't believe you that you can thrive for free. So you have to be able to say, what would it take? What would it take to get you started on this? And you're going to hear getting past that opposition from getting on calls with your leaders. You're going to have to learn how. We've heard it all. We've heard it all from, you know, the greatest of oppositions to the greatest of stories. If we told you some of the stories of life transformation, it would be a medical claim. Like, you can't share that real story with people. So you have to learn, how do I overcome opposition? How do I start to share people's experiences and share people's stories? How do I get to expose people with a product? And that's learning something new every single day. Statistics show that you could learn a foreign language in the average person's drive time. If the person has 20 to 30-minute commute to and from work, they could learn a foreign language in a year's time. Can you imagine? I mean, like, I have a double PhD, double master's from YouTube University. Like, anything that I don't know, I'm going to Google it. I'm going to find it out. Your leaders are there to help you grow. When you grow, they grow. Their paychecks grow. So if you think you're bothering them, Tuesday, they can thank you. You know, blow their phones up. Ask them, what did you do to overcome this? I'm not getting anybody's, you know, I'm not getting any many experiences out there. What do I need to do? I shared with you that I lead a very large team, and I've had incredible success, but I'll tell you, as I was driving, I always have a co-pilot with me typically when I travel, because I'll be honest, I have a tendency to look at my phone or get distracted. And I always have some girls that are willing to pack their bags and travel with me. And so we were traveling to Louisiana, and I went inside and I grabbed some snacks, and I was walking out, and the girl at the checkout line, her customer service was phenomenal. And her name was Amanda. And I just said, Amanda, I'm passing through. I said, but I'm always looking for people that know how to talk to people, that have a smile, that have energy, and have just that high vibe. And I'm going to give you my card. And, you know, if you're ever looking to make some extra income, I mean, she's working at the pilot. So I'm not discrediting that, but I'm saying she probably could make some extra money. And she's just multitasking and just helping the customers. And so I got in my car and I told Vanita, I said, there's an Amanda in there that needs to be on our team. And so she walked back into that pilot and she said, Amanda, I'm going to give you this. And guys, and this is not what Ashley asked me to talk about, but, you know, I don't believe in just giving your product away. My product has value, but at the same time, I'll be honest, I hadn't put a mini experience on anybody that whole week, and it gets hard. It gets hard. And so I have a budget. I can give away and you can, whether you just got started, you can decide what your budget is. I can give away 5 mini experiences a week. That's my budget. But that means I have to get a free account. I'm connecting with them on Facebook. I mean, it's not just a giveaway. They do something in return. It's like Lavelle. They give us a free account, but they know we're going to expose people. There's a genius behind it. So anyway, so Amanda, we put just a 1 day in her hand. 3 days of it, the product is not going to fix 3 years of problems, but what she's going to see is the simplicity. And I can promise you, if she gets those capsules in, she's going to go, whoa, there's something to this. So we have a shock and awe factor with the 1 day mini experience. So we gave her the product. We got her phone number, and Vanita comes walking out, and she's walking out with this gentleman, and I'm like, she's bringing a man to my car. What's happening right now? The guy overheard her. He's a long haul truck driver. He has discomfort in his shoulder from driving at whatever arm. So driving, he has discomfort in his shoulder, and he said, hey, would that stuff work for, I got a lot of pain in my back? And she said, absolutely. So she went to the car, got a card, and actually for him, because he had purchased these bangs, I guess they're energy drinks, she gave him a pure shot and said, call me, we'll get you a mini experience in your hand. So, even now, today, where I am, the success that I have, I don't just coast on this opportunity. I realize that I am, if you look on the back of your box, it says Frisco, Texas. I am 40 minutes from Frisco, Texas. And I still, my fiance was with his boys this weekend, and he said we were in McKinney, which is maybe about 15 minutes from Frisco, Texas. And he said, I talked to a waitress, and she said she had worked at Cheddar's for a year, and she had never seen a DFT. Guys, that means opportunity. That means we think everybody knows about our product. Yeah, most people know about our product. Maybe they just know about the DFT. Maybe they just know about the shake mix. Maybe they just know, maybe they didn't try the product correctly. It's your responsibility to get out there and control your day, control the outcome of your business. So thank you, Ashley, for having me on. I want to leave you with my water bottle analogy. When I wake up in the morning, I know I drink half my body weight in ounces of water. Y'all don't judge, don't look at my ounces. But I do that. So my intent is to drink my water before noon. My intent is to reach out to people. My intent. What is your intent? I know how many ounces. I know what my intent is. Now don't realize I didn't say I'm going to. I commit to. I have commit issues. I said I intend to. It may or may not happen depending on how my day gets started, how my day gets going. But my intent is to drink my ounces of water before noon. What is your list of intentions for today? And what are you planning to accomplish today? Maybe it's your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe you need to clean out a closet, or maybe it's your date day, or maybe you're going to go have lunch with the kiddos. Make sure you have a list of intention, because the day will go by in a blink of an eye. You've got to know what you intend to do, and it may or may not get done. But the cool thing about tomorrow is it means new opportunity. It means we get to start over. We get to do it again, and it's up to you. If it is to be, it is literally up to me. And so I hope that you've taken some things away, some practical things. I can talk to you all day. Jessica can talk to you all day. Ashley can talk to you all day. But if you don't go and apply something, one thing, you just wasted 30 minutes of your morning. And I'm going to tell you, 30 minutes of your morning is priceless. So thank you, Ashley.